season of
You sound like a really bad robot.
Yeah, your audio.
I thought it was just me
your
for a
audio
second.
is really bad.
But, yeah, it might be it's what it is for right now. But let's go ahead and introduce the cast characters. Charles, what do you think of this episode?
I'm still kind of in shock from the episode. It was I'm speechless. I have no words.
Oh, were you one of the ones upset that there was boat sex?
That I was unaffected by, but no, I thought overall the episode was amazing. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was absolutely amazing.
Isaiah, what'd you think?
I loved it. It was pretty much one of the best finals in the Game of Thrones series so far. I loved it.
All right, and last and most certainly not least, Lou, what'd you think of this one?
Episode was, good. We've got lots of setup for season 8. We had the magical boat scene. We had a fucking dragon that flew faster than an F-16.
Godzilla.
Fucking Godzilla. Ding dong.
I'm sorry. He looks like Godzilla.
I am putting my foot down. Godzilla is not a dragon. He's not a dragon.
He'll be a dinosaur.
Yeah, basically that's what he is.
He's almost close.
He's not.
They're both free.
No, not close, Isaiah. They're like two completely different things.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not King Ghidorah. That's a different story.
Shut up.
That doesn't get old.
Well, I mean, let's just jump off on this on the right point. It's like, I mean, this episode ended exactly how I said it would end last week with the wall coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's like, I mean, that was an easy call. I mean, I think we all saw that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
It was kind of obvious.
Yeah. Although the only thing I'm probably going to be made fun of for this, but the one thing that kind of bugged me about the ending scene where the wall went down is that the Night King was riding the dragon. It's just.
What do you think he was going to be?
I wasn't expecting it. I actually expected him to still be on a horse and just control the dragon.
Why?
That's
He's
what I was
on a dragon, dog. He's on a dragon.
He gave that dragon fucking upgrades. He put some holes in the wings to make it aerodynamic.
Yes. My name is Night Fury, and I'd like to talk to you about the White Walkers Initiative.
Wow, that's a good sales pitch.
Riding a horse or a dragon, which would you choose? Honestly,
all right.
Dragon.
Good point. Very, very good and fair point. I will shut up now with that noise.
Thank you.
Shut up.
I'm dragon. I'm riding a motherfucking dragon.
I don't know. I wasn't expecting it. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it. But on that note, I have to ask, what do you think happened to Tormund and Beric? What do you think happened to them?
They made it to the other side of the wall. They're fine.
So they're okay. I don't remember seeing them being okay. It's just they were there 1 minute, and then the rest of the wall started crashing down, and we hadn't seen them yet again. So I was like, are they dead? Are they not dead? It's just I don't know.
I noticed it on the rewatch that I did today. I had that same thought on Sunday live. Like, oh shit, they can't tell me they're killing the man off screen. That's gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, that'd be kind of stupid.
All that pining to try to get some Brienne love, and they gonna do him like that?
Right. Yeah, don't do that to my homie. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, no, killing anybody off camera in Game of Thrones is a stupid idea.
There's few people you can get away with killing off camera.
Yeah.
Like that Tully guy. He didn't need to die on screen. He was fine dying off camera.
You're talking about Blackfish, right?
Whatever the fuck, the head Tully.
Yeah, Blackfish. Yeah, but
who cares? He's dead.
Yeah, his death scene was a little underwhelming, but that's not what we're talking about this episode. But I was gonna say something. I don't know. Well,
I will say this: Me and Isaiah read 2 different leak scripts or 2 different leak plots for this episode, and only one of them was actually almost on point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was still amazed and shocked by everything. I was like, what just happened? It was like,
Isaiah, you will agree with this. The only thing they left out on that shit that we read in this episode was the fact that Cersei was supposed to start miscarriaging. I'm wondering if they're going to save that for season 8.
Right, because her having another child is like, please don't. Stop already.
And that just is I don't see, according to the prophecy, she's not allowed to have a kid because she was supposed to have 3 and they were all supposed to die, and that happened. She's not supposed to have a 4th one. So if they didn't start making her miscarriage like the leak said, it's possible that they might be changing that storyline to make it to where she's faking the freaking pregnancy. Because I'm convinced she's faking the pregnancy to try and control Jamie.
I think so too, because she's a good liar. She's a really, really good liar.
I mean, she pretty much turned Jamie into a Ronin in this episode.
Basically.
Jamie's going to do what Jamie's going to do. He gave us her.
Yeah, and I think what Jamie did, where he sort of rode off into the proverbial sunset, I think that might confirm my theory as to what I said about him, where he's going to turn on Cersei and help Daenerys and Jon with the White Walkers. I think that's
he got his balls back.
Well, yeah, it's not that he got his balls back. It's more the fact. Listen to what he said in the episode. We gave our word. I gave my word. I'm a man of my word. And then on the rewatch, I noticed that when he was speaking with the Lannister bannermen on the map, he pointed out where they were all going to meet. So him riding off, it gives me the assumption that those other banners will be waiting for him where he designated that spot. Because I highly doubt Cersei is going to send word to the other bannermen not to ride.
Right. Because this sounds too
preoccupied. She's preoccupied with, oh shit, he left me. And now it's snowing.
You know what I think would be a good twist? And you'd think that it would be way below the Lannisters, but I don't think it's way below Jamie. I think Jamie would be actually willing to do this. I think that he would be the greatest leader of the Men in Black, or that there's been.
Wow.
I think if he took the Black,
that's kind of...
he could be in charge in just a few years, maybe less.
No. See, Matt,
the fuck out of that. He'd have everybody.
I will raise you. I will raise you your Jamie and put in Grey Worm. Grey Worm has no cock, so he fits in perfectly with the Men in Black.
He has teleportation powers.
He doesn't have to worry about temptation of a woman. Jamie ain't giving a pussy, bro.
That's true too.
The Black doesn't give up pussy. They go down to Molestown or whatever and get it.
Yeah, but see, they're not supposed to. They sneak out. They sneak out to get pussy.
Yeah.
Jamie ain't sneaking out to get no pussy. Jamie would have pussy come to him.
Right, that's true. Once he wins the war, that is.
Deano, how about you F5, bro? Because we didn't hear shit.
Right, I was like, is it just me? It must be me. Do sign language.
Hey, but Marco Minko wants to know who the Lannisters follow, Jamie or Cersei? I'd say they'd follow Jamie because Jamie is he's the general of the army. He's their commander.
Yeah.
He's more skilled too. He's been in a lot of wars.
Well, the thing is that I think the Lannister army would be conflicted because on one end, Cersei is the queen, so they would be bound by honor to do what she says. But at the same time, they are loyal to Jamie because he has actually fought alongside them, and it's proven to them that he is not just some person that hides out in the castle and just actually goes into the trenches and fights with the men. while Cersei remains all comfortable in King's Landing.
And that's true. Deanno, you're a Marine. If the Commandant in the Marine Corps told you to go left, and Donald Trump told you to go right, would you go left or right?
That's a trick question. I wouldn't listen to shit Donald Trump has.
Okay.
Smart answer.
It doesn't matter who the fucking president is. If the president tells you one thing and the Commandant in the Marine Corps tells you another, which one do you follow?
Marine Corps.
What's that?
Commandant of the Marine Corps.
Exactly.
Point blank.
And any Marine will tell you that.
Yeah.
I believe that too.
Does it? It would have something to do with like respect for your comrades, wouldn't it?
In a sense, yes.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just. I mean, it's what makes the most sense to me because at this point, I think Cersei is a bit of a coward. I think she's a coward.
Dude, okay, you can't
She's
just
more,
say
she's more calculating than coward.
She's a woman.
She's calculating.
She's a woman who's never been on a battlefield a day in her life. So you don't expect her to go out there. You probably see her go out there once the war is almost won, like in most cases, most kings do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you can't call her a coward. You have to look at the scenario. She is not an Arya who's going to fucking go out there and cut bitches in the throat. Hence Littlefinger.
Right.
She's definitely not a Daenerys.
And
Right.
Daenerys, you know why she goes out there? Because let's be real, homegirl got a motherfucking big ass dragon that she sits on top of.
Yeah, like a boss. Like, what you gonna do? I got a dragon. What you got? Nothing. Exactly.
Yes, but I have no doubt. I have no
Look,
doubt.
Danny wrote two things this
dragon.
episode.
If Daenerys did not have dragon, she'd be on a fucking horse still doing that shit.
She wouldn't have been as effective.
Yeah, she would not have been as effective, and she would not have gotten as far as she has. But she is a ballsy bitch.
Yeah.
But being ballsy will only get you but so far.
Yeah.
Having a dragon gets you so much further. Riding Jon Snow gets you to the mountaintop.
His name is not Jon Snow.
Look at on the
point.
Look, until he finds out from Bran and Sir Sam, his motherfucking name is Jon Snow. Because he's too busy on a boat tapping that ass very awkwardly. You could tell homeboys only had sex once.
Let's be clear on this. His name is always going to be Jon Snow. His real name might be Aegon Targaryen, but that's not what we're going to go by. He is the true heir to the Iron Throne, but we all know he's not going to want that shit.
Right.
Well, one person came up with an argument saying that even though Jon Snow doesn't want the Iron Throne, it's because of that reason alone that he should have the Iron Throne.
I was actually thinking exactly that, Charles.
Yeah, it's just because because if you don't want the power, you're probably the best suited to have the power because you won't misuse it. You won't abuse it.
He will not want it. He will continue to be king of the North. He will want Daenerys to be.
Right. He's like he's not like Ned Stark, but he is like that.
I have a I believe
if Deanna is saying something, we're not hearing you, D.
You can't hear me?
No, Deanno's. You can see him moving his hands and speaking, but nothing is really coming through the airwaves.
Just don't.
Yeah, we didn't hear that. In any case, what I was saying is I think Daenerys will end up bending the knee to Jon, probably halfway through the last season.
Why? Sure, she'll bend the knee or something else.
But no. And here, hold on. Yeah,
I think she's gonna do it voluntarily.
Yeah, I have something to say. I have something to say to Stacy. I have something to say to her. All right. Yes. Are you happy now?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. I've been on mute because my dog's making a lot of noise.
Yeah, but are you happy now?
Oh my God. Not only did Jon and Daenerys get together, I got to see Jon Snow's butt, and that's all any female cares about right now.
That's not what I was talking
That's
about. I was.
Because Littlefinger's dead?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I think that was going to happen because there's so many people that want him dead. I was just like, no, they're not going to do that. That's too predictable. And then that shit happened. Holy hell in a handbag.
Yeah, when I saw that on screen, the first thing I thought of is that Stacy is gonna love this.
Yeah.
I screamed like a girl at a 12-year-old at a Justin Bieber concert. It was sad. I had a lot of freak out moments. I don't know if you guys have already talked about this, but Tormund, I'm really glad that he somehow escaped the whole like blue fire dragon melting down the wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing that I cared about.
Well, we didn't actually see him even after the wall finished crumbling. We didn't see him or Barracks, so we're not entirely sure that they survived.
They survived. Don't play that card.
He doesn't have a super thick plot like safety net. It's not enough to keep him alive for the duration of the seasons. I don't know. But however, it does warrant him a little bit more of a magnificent death. He wouldn't just be killed off the wayside for...
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, you got to take things in order of their plot shields. Like, which characters have the strongest plot shields?
Yeah.
That's true.
Can I just say, during the Littlefinger scene, I was watching that going, like, when they brought Arya up and Sansa read off the charges, I'm all like, please say Littlefinger. Please say Littlefinger. Please say Littlefinger. And she's all like, Lord Baelish. And I'm like, close enough.
Sansa's a lady now. She has to call people by their appropriate titles.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, but
she understands the game now. She knows the game.
The only one who didn't want him to die, who wanted him on the Iron Throne, was Todd. And Todd couldn't see the signs that Peter was never making it out of this season.
Yeah.
He would have never sat on that Iron Throne.
Alive.
You guys you and Matt and Todd both sat there and said that this show is nothing but evil. Yes, but you know that all fantasy stories don't end with evil winning.
It's not good storytelling.
I don't know. Like, I think that this show is very capable of allowing... I'm not saying it is going to end this way. I'm saying this particular show is very capable of allowing the bad guy to win. I mean, it's very capable of, like, seriously.
I mean, Joffrey was king for how many episodes?
2 seasons at
Too
best.
damn long.
Yeah.
There you go.
Actually, no, 3 seasons, because he died in season 4.
Yeah, but
yeah.
And to be honest, so what you're saying, Matt, is that at the end of this show, Cersei is still going to be on the Iron Throne.
No, what I'm
Seriously?
saying is if there is any show that is capable of allowing the evil bitch to win, it's this one.
No, I can't.
Good point. Good point. Yeah. I mean, come on. How many so-called good guys has this show killed?
Yeah.
But are they good?
A lot.
That's the question. Remember, you got to look at it like
Ned Stark was good.
Besides Ned Stark was the fucking Jon Stark and Jon Snow and Ned are the fucking obsession, or what's the word? Not obsession. The
similarity.
Exception.
There you go, Matt. That one. They're the exception. Everyone else on this show, you look at it from a point of view, with the exception of Rob, who was going to honor his father for his death. Mm-hmm. Everyone else always had a hidden agenda. Right. Littlefinger, from the very beginning, orchestrated everything. Mm-hmm. It's grand to let everyone know. Well, remember, he told Sansa off screen. It's in a deleted scene that they cut. If you would have read the article that I posted in the chat earlier before we started, you would have saw that. He discussed it. And he goes, she comes to me before she was to go and sentence shit on her sister Arya. So that's where she flips the shit onto Peter. And that's why Peter was caught off guard. So him dying, you already knew it was bound to happen. The two evil orchestrators in this whole series are Varys and Littlefinger. Varys was doing it for the people, trying to get the right ruler in.
Mm-hmm.
Littlefinger was doing it for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is okay.
Littlefinger.
Hell, the whole Game of Thrones is all thanks to Baelish. It's all his fault. Yeah.
Yeah. But also, other people involved, but that's a different story.
No. It was him. Right from the start. It was all him.
It's all him.
He's the one that
He
orchestrated
orchestrated
everything that
everything.
went really on.
The Game of Thrones started with the supposed betrayal of Ned Stark, which was caused by Baelish's betrayal.
Well, actually, no. It's before that. It's all started when they killed Robert Baratheon's right hand.
Right.
John
hand.
Arryn. John Arryn. Lord Arryn.
And who orchestrated that? Baelish.
Yeah.
By sending his wife to poison him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's cold-blooded.
So I guess with Baelish's death, the Game of Thrones is over?
Almost over. You got to deal with the Night King and Cersei.
You still have Cersei and Dany who are going to battle for that throne.
I was being sarcastic.
We know we didn't. You're not good at it.
He lost control
You
of that
don't know
chess game
that.
a while back.
That one was funny.
Something's going to happen. I feel like Cersei's death is going to come at the hands of Jaime.
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be Arya.
Well, look, I know that I had a theory a couple of weeks back, or a few weeks back, where I said that Jaime was going to be put into a position where he would basically realize that Cersei has gone completely insane, and that he would have to switch sides, which I think is what happened in this in the finales when he rode off into the proverbial sunset. But as far as like Jaime killing Cersei, I highly doubt it. I don't see.
I feel like Cersei's demise will come at the hands of Jaime. Not necessarily death. I feel like her demise will come by the hands of Jaime.
So what you're saying is that Jaime will not be the one that kills her, but something Jaime's going to do that's going to lead to Cersei's death.
I think so. Yeah.
There's two.
That
there's
makes
two
more sense.
scenarios that could happen here, Charles.
Okay.
Jaime's supposed child could be the cause of Cersei's death. And they do the same thing that happened with Peter Dinklage's character and his mom, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
And Jon Snow's mother.
Okay. No, okay, hold on. I got wild speculation, but I'm gonna hold on to it until we get into that area.
Write it down.
Yeah, write it down, please.
First off, that can't be it. The reason being is because of the fact that the what's-her-face that did the prophecy told Cersei, hey, you're going to have 3 kids, they're going to die, when they die, they're going to be shrouded in gold. Like, she was pretty fucking exact. One other thing she predicted is that Cersei is going to die with her little brother's hands at her throat. Basically, she's going to get choked to death by one of her little brothers because Jaime is a couple minutes younger than she is.
Mm-hmm. But Jaime only has one good hand.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
if
granted,
you know what you're doing, you only need one hand to kill a bitch. What?
Granted,
His
he could put
hand's
No. Listen, he could put the hand of gold, the heavy hand of gold, on her throat and just put her weight on her.
Yeah,
he
could do that.
That's right.
You could do that. Yeah.
I was gonna say, what would be funny is if someone literally choke slams her and breaks her trachea with Jaime's hand of gold, but it's not Jaime that does it. Like Jaime takes off his hand.
Or another way, we've seen she likes to give some head while sticking the finger in the bum. She could just choke on his shit.
Thank you for taking this to that particular level.
I'm just giving you all the scenarios.
Okay.
God damn it, Stacey.
Do we have anything else that we want to talk about, or can we dive into wild speculation?
Really?
No,
we haven't even
talked about
this episode.
Yeah, we got to talk about the meeting. The meeting was awesome.
I know this is the first time that all of the major cast members have been together since season 1?
Yeah. Although I find it a little bothersome that Varys said absolutely nothing in this episode. He just sat there in his chair, all quiet-like, and not saying one goddamn word.
He didn't need to say anything.
That was the most intelligent thing he could have possibly done.
I don't know. I just wanted to hear him talk.
And then
You were walking.
You realize why Bronn wasn't there at that meeting.
I don't actually.
It's written in his contract and Cersei's contract that they'll never be on screen together. They hate each other.
That's
because
right.
they used to date and they got some bad blood.
Yeah, I remember that. They had like a really, really bad breakup.
They got like some Katy Perry shit happening.
Yeah, the actors that play Bronn and Cersei, they were dating for a brief period during the filming of the earlier seasons of the show, and they broke up, and it was a really bad breakup, and so now they can't even look at each other if they're on the same scene. So the writers have sort of worked it out to where they're not on the same scene.
I brought that up, Deanno.
Wow, I didn't notice that. Wow.
Brought what up? What are you? What?
Deanno put in the chat. Charles is totally right, and so that's why Lou's all like, "Motherfucker, I said it first."
But what am I supposedly right about?
You're taking credit for my knowing of the breakup and mentioning why Bronn took Podrick to go drink ale and probably go to some whorehouse.
Yeah. Well, no,
I think it's well deserved for all the ladies of the whorehouse to be greeted by Podrick. So
yes,
let them have their thing with him.
Apparently, he's like the great womanizer.
He's got a magic dick.
It's true. Magic dick.
He's slaying 100 whores,
and they let him do it for free.
I was gonna say, like, what do you think it does? Do you think it's like a snake charmer and it just like?
Okay, from a female's perspective, if I ever saw a dick that did that, do you think I would let it near me?
I'm just saying.
Would you let a dick near you that looked like this?
I would say, what the fuck, and then bolt in the other direction.
Okay, we all established you're a woman now.
I'm surprised how many times they said cock in this episode.
Now, my question is this. Does anyone here think that Tyrion is butthurt now that Dany and Jon were getting it on? Because Homeboy had a look like he was disappointed.
No, I'm going to say this right now. I don't think Tyrion is romantically interested in Daenerys. I think the look of disappointment. I think the reason why he had a look of disappointment on his face is because he didn't want this to happen. That he believes that it's going to create more problems politically.
Yeah, and I agree with that. It's just going to cause more problems because you're dealing with a big war, and then you got this going on. It's like,
okay.
I think what Tyrion thinks is that this is just basically going to be a distraction that's going to take Daenerys' focus away
from Jon Snow,
away from the whole plan of taking the Iron Throne. That now she's going to be only interested in, well, not like obsessed or anything like that, but like her focus is going to be split, where it's going to be towards the Iron Throne as well as Jon Snow. And if you are trying to seize power, you can't really do that. You need to have a singular focus.
Jon fucked up again.
They both fucked up.
I'm going to disagree. I think that he actually is romantically interested in her.
No, I don't see it. I do not see it.
Bro, Charles, you don't see it because you've never had a woman.
Oh, shut up.
She has been pining for him since they first slayed eyes in Dragonstone. They both wanted each other.
Laugh it up, Stacy.
Damn, Lou, that was cold. Good Lord.
I mean, everyone is saying they don't have no fucking chemistry on camera. Dude, they had some of the best chemistry. As far as googly eyes were concerned, they fucking hit the nail on the coffin.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go with the political stuff on this. Like, I feel like that was more of a the side that would have been cool, but more so, you just kind of fucked us over by telling Cersei you're already serving a different queen, and now you're gonna like hop in bed with her. Like, but that's really going to screw us.
We all know he didn't bend the knee. He just pledged his allegiance to her in bed. Actually, the episode before that. While she was staring down at his chest with all the scars, and she was all going, "Ah, you are magical in all sense of the word."
Jon Snow is Jesus.
That's a Chinese fortune cookie. You will bend the knee in bed. You will make allegiances with your queen in bed.
In bed.
If that was Jorah there, that'd be so funny.
Now, Jorah, he would have a look of disappointment going like, oh, I've been friend zoned.
Oh, but he did already.
Yeah.
2 episodes before that when they were getting on the boat.
I died laughing so hard.
You have to see it to know this, Charles. When he kissed her hand and saw Jon Snow walking up, he already knew, man, this guy ain't got no shot.
No. Lou, it happened.
Jorah Mormont is the king of friend zoned.
I was gonna say,
no, it happened.
It doesn't help that Jorah is like 40 fucking years older than she is.
Well, yeah, that's a good point too. But but Jorah, he actually.
Hey, it is Game of Thrones.
It is. But it's George R. R. Martin's fault. Yeah.
Jorah Mormont is like Lord of Viagra. Like, that's the only way that should ever happen.
But actually, we saw this in this episode as well, where Jorah said like, "Well, you shouldn't ride by boat or by land because the northern people would kill you. You should ride by dragon."
That's
like, no, I'm gonna ride by the boat. It was like, damn, you got cold shoulder.
That's also your key to understanding that, Charles. Jorah pointed out another method. You fly to Winterfell. John points out, if you want us to feel united, you should ride the boat. She looks at John and is like, I'm riding the boat. I'm riding that boat because it's going to be wavy, but once me and John get to busyness, it'll be even wavier.
And that's exactly during that scene, everybody watching is thinking, yeah, you're going to ride the boat. You're going to ride that boat all night long.
And I laughed so hard. It was like, it should be funny, but it was very funny. Like, damn, that's so funny.
And dude, and if you really think about it, all it took was a knock on the door. They stare at each other. She opens the door wider. Homie closes the door. You already knew it was about to go down. No words were exchanged. Nothing like, hey, how you doing tonight? No.
It was going down. It was going down. Stripping clothes, like okay.
That's been building since they met, so there was no need for words.
George R. R. Martin said like, yeah, they were destined to be together because he said they like comparisons and similarities, and pretty much it was going to happen regardless.
And
I want you guys to understand
something. For Targaryens, this is normal. It's not like the Lannisters where, you know, they'll do it and they'll keep it quiet and then people will shun them and then they'll once they become queen, they just fucking do it anyway. No, for Targaryens, it's expected.
Now, who here caught the fact that John's father is actually Dany's brother from season 1?
It's not the same actor, dude. It's not the same actor.
It's the same actor.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. Because the actor that's playing Rhaegar Targaryen is taller than Viserys.
Oh, dude.
I was going to say, they looked fucking close. I will have
They did look almost the same.
It's the same fucking actor. He's just aged 7 years now.
Really? Okay.
Right.
So when you're already an adult and you age 7
Charles,
years,
do you realize it's a fucking TV show? They're not going to make this fucking guy 20 feet tall. They brought the guy back for one fucking scene. So he got his glory in marrying a 15-year-old.
Yeah, that was yeah, thanks, George R. R. Martin. Thanks for that. Yeah.
All right, hold on.
It was the same actor.
Targaryen actor.
He's really doing this. It's like, oh my god.
I'm looking at it right now. Viserys and Rhaegar Targaryen were not played by the same actor.
Oh Lord.
Well, he has a twin brother.
They don't even look the same, dude.
Either way, they married a 15-year-old girl. That's still something like who's taking the credibility.
15-year-old character. not 15-year-old actress.
But you're seriously on the character
of Game of Thrones. This is what you're stuck on? This is the least of the bad things that have gone on.
Besides Scanner killing his daughter.
Like, you're my sister. My sister. Wait, no, that's okay. Just don't marry a 15-year-old.
See, there you go.
You could get away with banging your sister and banging your aunt.
Hey, everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what? At this point, the whole aunt-nephew fuckfest, I don't really care anymore.
Yes, you care. You care. That's why you brought it up. You care. You care.
Shut up, I said.
Don't care.
You care.
Yeah.
So,
like I said before, it is Game of Thrones.
Wilf Scoldling, Scoldling, played Rhaegar Targaryen for one episode and has not been on Game of Thrones ever before.
Well, he looked like the guy from the first season.
He did. He really did.
Wow. Almost a clone. Like, where'd you get this clone from, dog?
All right.
Yano verified it himself.
Oh, Sam proving that three-eyed Raven is pretty much full of shit. Like, oh, did you not know that before?
You fool. No, he didn't.
Come on now, man.
Watch the episode.
Need to hear things to go look. I mean, seriously.
Hey, Sam's like, hey, did you not notice that part? Like, you missed that one small detail.
He misses the small fucking detail because he didn't have knowledge of it. Now, once he got the knowledge, he fucking Professor X there and watched all of it.
But you see people like, oh, I'm the three-eyed Raven. I'm the three-eyed Raven. This and that. I get it, man. I know you're three-eyed Raven.
Let's be real. Sam's taking credit for something that he really didn't even find. It was his girl that found that.
That was messed up.
That is something I have to bring up. If Sam doesn't hurry his ass up and get back to Castle Black, he's gonna, lose his head.
He's not gonna lose shit.
Castle Black is war now.
No, he's Jon Snow's right hand man. Jon's not gonna let anything happen to Sam.
Right, that's his rolling dog. Come on now, that's Sam. Him and Sam, like peanut butter and jelly.
They're not gonna let anything happen to Sam. And you know what? Like everybody at the wall from Castle Black to Eastwatch they're all fucked. They're not really worried about that right now.
Yeah.
Right. The dead are coming.
Dead are here.
Yeah, they are.
That too.
Remember, didn't you see the supersonic fucking dragon with the aerodynamic wings?
I still don't
you mean
know
Flying
if
Godzilla?
Ice or fire.
It's most likely just altered fire. Most likely.
It's blue fire.
No, it's blue fire. It's the hottest. It's one of the hottest points of fire.
It's not ice.
Is that it is ice, but it's
not ice.
Ice. In other words, it still knocks shit.
Come on, man.
I don't think it's
blue
ice.
Fire, which is a real thing.
It's damn it, Isaiah, you son of a bitch.
But, yes, it's a real thing, but blue fire is hotter than red fire.
Yes,
which means that he would have.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is,
Isaiah. To do blue fire, he would have gone hot to go blue fire. And White Walkers aren't hot; they're cold by nature.
I don't buy that.
Isaiah, have you ever lit a match and then take your two fingers and touch the blue part? You would notice that it's hotter than the rest of the part. Well,
Charles,
you could have fooled me.
If that's something,
why would you touch the match though, Whedon?
I'm not going to touch the match. I was using an example, you dumbass.
But why would you touch it though?
Shut up, Isaiah. Did you realize how he was just like hovering into one spot with a continuous fire breath? None of the other dragons have done that. Could that be the Night King's magic at play there?
I felt like he was also going a lot more, like he was moving a lot quicker than the other dragons.
Hence why we call him the supersonic dragon with the aerodynamic wings.
Yeah. Like, is that, seriously, is that like the White Walker magic power? Like, once they come back to life, they can move at like supersonic jerky speed?
I think it's
everybody else walks slow as shit with that dragon all ass.
I think the reason why the dragons weren't able to move as fast as this one dragon did when it was dead is because they're alive, so they're limited by physical prowess or whatever. But when they're undead, they don't have those limitations. They can just keep going and they don't get tired.
Okay, I'll give you that. But then how the fuck did he get holes in his wings?
Because he's dead.
Yeah, he's rotting.
Yeah.
So he can only fly but for so much longer. And then he's going to be regulated like all the other fucking
He's going to be
walkers.
a skeleton. He's going to be a skeleton eventually.
If a fucking skeleton flies on this show, then they're full of shit.
Yeah.
All right, so we're in a good place. That could be our first one. Zombie skeleton flying. Wild speculation.
I still remember my wild speculation, and it's pretty freaking far out there, and technically it's already been disproven. But just throwing it out here, let's say that Cersei is actually pregnant, and she goes full term, gives birth, and then when she looks at the baby, she realizes it's a dwarf, and then she goes, "Oh fuck," and then keels over.
That would be ironic.
Yes, it would. I was thinking of something across the lines of like poetic justice. Where she hated her.
The only way that would be poetic justice if she dies in childbirth, giving childbirth to a dwarf. That would be poetic justice.
Yeah.
And it kills her because he rips her open too much.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't realize that you could get a little bit of thread and a needle and sew it back closed.
Anyone else have wild speculation?
Well, I brought this up Sunday.
And Foreman get together, have babies that overthrow everyone because they're giants, and then they rule the world.
No, that ain't gonna happen. I think she ends up sleeping with Jamie before she sleeps with Tormund.
That's gonna happen.
You remember how they were saying in their war strategy for the North? I think the Dothraki should be the last resort for everything. You don't want to put them as one of your frontline army members because they're on horses, and all those dead fuckers that the Night King gets a hold of now gives them more horses and more bodies.
And
so to me, they should be
an undead Dothraki would be a force to be reckoned with. Yeah.
So I think they should be.
I didn't think about that. Shit.
Towards the tail end. Granted, even the undead Unsullied, but yeah, you could chop some sticks. It ain't as bad. Dealing with a horse and a fucking wild card is another one.
Yeah, but the thing, I think what Daenerys should do is she should leave the Dothraki in the south to be able to keep an eye on the other kingdoms. That way, if they become a problem, she can send the Dothraki in and just take care of business. But as for the Unsullied, she could probably march them north.
But see, you know what? I know we're in wild speculation, but I think she fucked up by bringing all her forces to King's Landing, especially bringing both dragons. She should have just rode in on one to still give the element of surprise that she still had three.
Yeah.
Because that also played into Cersei's hands. Like, did you notice she came here with two dragons? And then how her and Jamie went back and forth. Yeah. See, now here's another wild one that we see Theon, cockless and all, taking knee shots and knee shots after knee shots. There's a point where he might find Yara and rescue her, and they end up with the Golden Company's army and not Cersei, and fuck Cersei completely.
Yeah, but how would they get the Golden Company?
Because Euron sailed to go pick them up. So what?
Okay, see, I don't think that's actually a thing. I think Cersei was lying about that.
Well, I don't really see how there would be a benefit to her lying about that. Talking about forces that she
but wouldn't the Iron Bank be able to ship out the Golden Army or whatever to them? Like, why would Euron have to go like fetch them?
That's a good
if
point.
If Cersei has as much trust from the Iron Bank as she says she does, then why would she have to send Euron out there?
Well, I mean, would you think that the Golden Company would have access to ships on their own?
Why not?
I mean, I don't see why not. They have access.
They have the military. Why wouldn't they have
pretty much everything?
I'm just saying, when I get something rent to own, it gets delivered to my house. That's all I'm saying on that.
Well, it's just I'm thinking that if Cersei is lying about it, it's not. What's the word? It's not strategically sound to do something like that. Why?
Unless she's manipulating Jamie, which I think she's doing. I think she's doing that with the baby. I think she's pretending. I think that whole hand on her stomach. She's been a mom 3 times before. She knows how to act like she's pregnant. I think she's faking the entire fucking thing. Yeah.
Well, okay, that leads me into the possibility, like maybe let's say that Cersei is faking the pregnancy and she is doing it to manipulate Jamie, and Jamie finds out. Do you think that would cause him to kill her?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's just it. I think
that would cause him to kill her.
I think it was overplayed on Cersei's part. Because of the fact that she's all like, yeah, I have another one of your kids. But the first 3 kids, he didn't have a hand in raising because he wasn't the father of them, even though he was. Mm-hmm. So he never really developed a bond between him and Joffrey and him. He never developed that fatherly bond. So I don't think this 4th kid, he really gives a shit about. Because even if he's the father, he's not going to be raising it. He knows Cersei is, and he's barely going to be able to see the fucking thing. Because that's how it's been already. That's how it's always been. Why would it change now?
Yeah. Okay.
So I think she overplayed his hand, thought that he would give a shit, and he doesn't. And that's why he's willing to walk away like he did.
Okay. I do have another speculation. It's not necessarily wild, but it is pretty possible. It is very possible to happen. But somebody had mentioned, I don't remember who, saying that Jamie might would ride north to help Daenerys and Jon with the army of the dead and bring the Lannister army. But I think what if it's possible that he would only be able to get let's say half of the army?
Well, I'm pretty sure it was you that mentioned meeting the Bannermen. It was either you or Lou. I don't think he's going to get any of them.
Okay.
Well, he'll have one for sure. Bronn.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Bronn's going to join him.
Oh, Bronn's going wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right. Now that
so I actually have a wild speculation. Okay. And that is that at the end of the show, after the Night King is dead, and it's Cersei versus Daenerys. Daenerys will have 3 dragons again.
One being in human form?
No, one of them being a fucking rotting corpse ice dragon, as ridden by Bran.
Yeah. Okay. Now this
no, because once you kill the Night King, everything dies that he brought to life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once you kill a White Walker, it kills all the whites that it created. But I think
the 3rd dragon will be the baby that Jon Snow is going to knock her up with.
Yeah. But what was I going to say? All right, I think in maybe some point in season 8, I think I'd say maybe 25% likelihood that Daenerys might die. I think she might be killed.
In what, childbirth?
No, not childbirth. I think that when she helps in season 8, when she helps Jon fight the White Walkers, I think she is going to be separated from the group and she's pretty much going to be massacred by the whites.
But she wouldn't give birth. That's no cool. She has to have her baby.
I have one more speculation. And that's of the White Walkers, of the whites and all of them. We have not seen the scariest of them. I think we're going to have frost spiders.
Oh, no. Yeah. Stop it, man.
We're in the Hobbit territory now?
White Walker spiders?
We are in Game of Thrones territory because frost spiders have already been mentioned in the histories of the first Long Night. Frost spiders are a thing for the White Walkers. an established thing for the White Walkers.
God damn it. Look, I'm sorry. If I see like ice spiders walking around, creepy crawling around, just killing people, I'm sorry. Fuck this. I'm out.
All right. All right. On that note, I think we're gonna wrap up. Does Isaiah have a theory? Is he just raising his hands for the fuck of it?
Let's just assume yes.
Unmute yourself.
I don't have him muted. The only reason he's muted is because he has not unmuted himself.
Oh, that makes more sense now. But this is a very quick speculation. Be quiet, Luke and Whedon. Anyways, so I think Arya's gonna kill Cersei, but she only use Littlefinger's face. Remember, she knows how to take people's faces. She slit his throat, but she didn't mess up his face. She can use that face to enter King's Landing. Again, Cersei, she has pretty much mixed difference towards Littlefinger on her side. So by all stretch of the imagination, this is where Arya can strike. Because the Mountain has to fight the Hound, so we know that's going to happen too. So chances are, it's always possible.
That's just it. There's no way that Arya can be Littlefinger and show up to King's Landing because there's no way that Cersei does not already know. Cersei would have found out like 20 minutes later. Wait. Sorry. This is Game of Thrones. 3 minutes later.
What you mean 1 minute?
I mean, seriously, like the second those lords left that hallway, one of those lords sent a raven to someone, and that someone was probably Cersei. If it wasn't Cersei, the person they sent it to sent one to Cersei. Cersei fucking knows that shit.
Yeah, and I got one final wild speculation.
God damn it.
Yeah. What if in season 8 there is going to be a final fight between the Hound and the Mountain, and the Hound succeeds in killing the Mountain by setting him on fire?
That would be nice. But we're pretty sure that that the Hound already knows how the Mountain's supposed to die because I'm pretty sure he told the Mountain that the Mountain knows how he's going to die. I think that might have been some sort of prophecy.
But technically the Mountain's already dead. He's just a zombie now.
I don't know. All right, so wrapping up, I want to thank everyone for watching. Of course, check us out at geeksoftheround.com. Deano, if you could put in the chat the Geeks of the Round phone number because I don't have it. Also, like us, subscribe right down there at the bottom of the video. And check us out, well, not every week because this was the finale. And I'm still waiting for that number. All right, too late. So we'll probably be back next year for Game of Thrones. Don't know what shows we're going to be doing during the season. We'll figure that out in a little bit. Go ahead and give us a call at 801-609-4687. That's 801-609-4GOTR. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.